Hey everybody, it's me, and I wanted to come on real quick to do this video, and this video is specifically for my YouTube channel because I have been gone away from YouTube for a very long time now, and I wanted to get you guys caught up on everything that has gone down, everything that has been happening, and where I am now. So just in case you are interested in something like that for this channel and you're one of my subscribers, please keep watching. So I am Michelle Hill. I am the owner of HoneyMilk. HoneyMilk started back in 2012, I believe. And it started out as Kissed by Coco. For those of you who remember Kissed by Coco, it was my soap company where, I started with a mission to heal my son of autism. In my mind, that was a thing back then. And, it really just became something where, I created the company so that I can keep the toxins out of his skin, keep the just the nasties out of his skin that would further enhance his symptoms of autism spectrum disorder. And so Kissed by Coco back then was born, because, and the reason why that was born is because, it really was just me. It was more about me, creating safer skincare for my son. I don't know which way to look. I think I'd look this way, but it was more about me creating safer skincare for my son. And word got out, and first it was all about him, and making sure the toxins stay out of his skin. But then my mom got a hold of it, and then my sister got a hold of it, and it just spiraled. It developed legs, and I was kind of forced to create a company. And I wanted to create a company anyway because I saw how awesome it was. And so I don't know, it just spiraled out from there, and super excited about it. So that's how that happened. Now fast forward, I had a lot of videos. I do have a lot of videos on YouTube with me cutting soap, with me, a few of them making soaps and things like that. I need to answer this message, but I can't right now. But it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. But at that point, so many things in my personal life happened that put a halt on the business. And I want to talk to you guys about that because you need to know, and whatever I tell you and whatever I've gone through could also help you in whatever it is that you're going through. Because I tell you guys, it was a really big fight to get myself out of what I was going through and to make it through with my brain still intact once I get to the other side. So hopefully this video can help you. Now, back in, everything was going fine. Everything was going, we'll start back in 2015. My marriage to my then husband of 10 years started to get a little, or it wasn't 10 years at that point. Well, yeah, it was almost 10 years at that point. Started to get a little rocky, and we just started to grow apart, and we decided to go ahead and divorce and go our separate ways, but still raise our son, Noah. And everything was beautiful. Life was grand. And at that point, it was time for me to then, find a way to make it happen by myself. I have a mortgage. I have a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. I had a car note at that time, and I had to raise my son and still try to operate my business. And so I would get jobs and things like that, and they just never worked out. And so I was always trying, and then I was trying to find childcare for my special needs kid. You can't just throw them anywhere. Summer camp and all that, and everything was manageable. Sometimes, for the most part. And then, I don't know, guys, I don't know, things just took a turn. I got into a certain relation. I had other relationships, and I was just so vulnerable and kind of gullible at that time, and all these just different things would happen, and I was just kind of losing my mind. It was just, I had another nervous breakdown, and then, let me back up. So much. It is literally so much. But in 2016, my mother was dying of every time I say that, it's so hard. My mom was dying of cancer, of breast cancer, and my divorce was becoming final. He was already gone from my home, and we were still raising our kid together and all that good stuff. But at that time in my life, it was like a downward spiral. I had gotten a job, and I was still trying to operate my business, Kiss by Coco, and all this stuff. And it was very emotional, and I did everything I could within my power to stay strong. At the same time, I stopped eating meat. I became a pescatarian, so I was still eating seafood and some animal byproducts like eggs, and some dairy products. But my body, I was born anemic, and so my body, because I wasn't eating meat and I wasn't eating the proper foods to help my body continue to create blood, it was just so much, guys. So my body started to lose more blood because of my menstrual. It became more heavy due to fibroid tumors, which were multiplying, and I didn't know. I thought I still had the three fibroid tumors that I had when I had my son. Well, the two that I had, because they had to take one out during childbirth. Long story short, I was losing blood at a very fast rate and didn't understand it, didn't know that. I was always told that I was anemic, but I didn't know what that meant. I never cared to research it. I just thought it was my mom and her imagination, because she would always say I was born with low blood, and she was Jamaican, so she didn't quite understand herself, or at least I thought she didn't. But moving forward, I was like the walking dead and didn't know. I would start getting weak and all sorts of stuff. When I wanted to go working in the studio, it was hard for me to do that. Because either I was bleeding really heavy, or I was very lightheaded, and so just moving forward, guys, all those three big components, the fibroid tumors, me losing a lot of blood, not having enough blood in my body, my mother dying of cancer, and me going through a divorce in 2016, all this stuff was just ripening in my life. And so I started to kind of veer off from Kiss by Coco. And then I got into this relationship, and then I started the business back up again, So at the top of 2018, I nearly lost my house due to a flood. There was a freeze that happened here in Georgia, and at literally the very end of 2017 and the top of 2018, literally in January, I wasn't home for about 2 weeks. I was in that relationship in another state, and just visiting, and my pipes broke in my home, and I wasn't here, and it was just water was just going everywhere for about 2 weeks, maybe longer, I'm not sure, because the roof in my room next to, it was a bedroom at that point, because I had moved my office. The room in that downstairs area had the ceiling caved in. It's caved in the bathroom. It caved in halfway in the soap studio, which is right next door to that room. And guys, all this stuff just happened. And I came home to complete disaster to my home. It started to travel upstairs. It was just crazy. So I was misplaced for about 5 or 7 months. Not sure. No, I would say 5 months, because I came back home about May, June. So and during that time, I passed out like 3 times at my sister's house, and then I passed out because I went to stay with my sister while they fixed my home back. I passed out in the parking lot at Home Depot. Then I was admitted to the hospital, and that's when I found out that I had like 3 or 4 point something % blood in my body, not nearly enough. I developed syncope, where if I stand for too long, I'm going to pass out because of the amount of blood I had or didn't have. It was just a lot of stuff. So I had to have surgery, and which I ended up getting surgery a year later to correct the issue. And here we are today. And so got out of that relationship, got my life back on track. I started the company back up. I had to redo the house, redo the studio, redo everything, because I lost about 75% of the business. Because before I went to that state, I had just made a really big, purchased all these supplies and was going completely full time into the business, and then it collapsed. And so I lost a lot of stuff that week, or the time, during that time. And so, guys, when I tell you, it was so much, but I fought my way, and I was going to sell the business. I was going to sell all my supplies. I had already started posting to sell everything, and I just, 3 people came back into my life and told me not to. And so it was confirmation, but I said, you know what? I don't want to go back as Kissed by Coco. I want to start fresh. I want to go, I want to do something a little bit new. And so that's what I did. Renamed it, talked to my brother, my half brother, and he said, just go with HoneyMilk, because it was going to be HoneyMilk Love. And he was like, just go with HoneyMilk. And I was like, okay, I like that, because I just wanted something more. And so that's what happened, and that's where I've been. So I'm making a vow now to start doing a lot more YouTube videos, which is something that I've always wanted to do, but there was just so much stuff going on, and I just wasn't feeling it at the time. So that's what I'm going to start doing. And I do a lot of videos over on my personal Facebook page, and now I'll pick back up on my business page, which is called HoneyMilk Co. on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram, and I do videos over there as well. So I do a lot more live videos than anything, but this is going to be pre-recorded, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, just because I'm going into the studio right now. I just came from the gym, and I'm going to go and get some work done. But everything has been booming. In 2019, the business picked up like you would not believe. And it's so crazy, because I realized that once you go full time into something and you focus solely on that thing, it's going to manifest, it's going to ripen, it's going to, it's going to become fruitful. And that's what I had to do. I shut down all my other businesses except one, which was Ignite Day with Michelle Hill. I'm sorry, guys, I'm getting notifications. But I shut every business down, just because I had to. It was not going to be easy for me to run this household, have a job and do all this stuff and try to have all these different sources of income. That was just too much, and I wasn't feeling any of those businesses anymore. They took up way too much time. And I'm a strong believer. I'm a business coach as well, and I'm a strong believer. I like multiple streams of income, but you have to also remember that you're just one person. And so it was so easy of a decision for me to say, okay, this is it. This is going to be full time, and this is going to be my thing that I jump into. I'm going to jump with this business. And I did that, and I did not look back. So in 2019, I think it was about January, the business really started to pick up even more, just because I was at a place where I can completely focus on putting all my eggs in this one basket. I would say 99% of my eggs in this one basket. And I did not look back. I developed the business as best I could and marketed, and I put everything out there. And then the whole Black Lives Matter movement happened. And that's what helped my business to triple. And it's so crazy, because it started to triple, it started to double. My income was doubling in the business. And probably the end of 2018 on to 2019. So in April, everything just kind of started jumping even more. But in June, I hit like 5 figures in a month. And it was so crazy. And that part was the Black Lives Matter movement. I attribute everything to that. But the other part was, the big part for me, honestly, was that I crossed over. I had white customers, I had Asian customers, I had, even more African American customers. My company at that point became a lot more diverse. And that part of it was, it just warmed my heart, because I'm that type of person. I'm a universal person. My family is Jamaican, you know what I mean? And so Jamaicans, the Jamaican mantra is out of I think it's, oh God, I always forget. Out of many people, one nation, or one people, or out of many, one people, or something like that. I know it's horrible that I don't know it. I always mix it up. But, so I'm a very universally driven person. I love all people. I think we all, that just gave me chills. We all bring something to the table. We all bring uniqueness. And so I wanted my company to represent that. And I think that I achieved it, with the branding, with the marketing, with everything. And so I'm looking forward to this other project that we have coming up, which is called the Ignite Her Project, which is an earn and learn co-op for single mothers. I'm a single mother. I'm raising a 12-year-old, which will be 13. Oh my God, 13, and by next week, the 17th. And I understand all too well the struggles, but this specific program is going to be targeting single mothers who are in transition from domestic abuse, domestic violence, sex trafficking, homelessness. Whoever is in transition, those are the people that I have a heart for. Or those are the mothers that I have a heart for, because I understand I was not in an abusive, marriage or anything like that. I was in actually a really good marriage, but, I have a heart. What I went through was difficult to me. It was one of the most hardest things I've ever had to deal with. And so I can only imagine a woman that is transitioning from that dark place of her life, but she still has to be a mother. You know what I mean? And so my heart goes out, because I never knew, being a single mother, raising a special needs child alone. He helps and everything like that as much as he can, but 95% of the time my son is with me and I'm responsible. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine being a battered woman, having to go through that, and those traumas, and still be a mother. So, oh my gosh, my heart goes out. And I grew up in a 2-parent household. I didn't have my mom when she was a single mother raising 3 children by herself. I didn't have her then. I was born years and years and years after that, But guys, so I never got that butt end of it, My other siblings, my 3 older siblings did, but my sister and myself, we just didn't experience that. But yeah, guys, so that's where I've been. That's what has been happening. And let me know what you want to see from me on this channel. And I'm going to be completely transparent, completely honest. I am not going to turn this channel into how I do this and how I package and how, it's enough of that on YouTube. This is my business, and a lot of stuff is proprietary. My goal is to become a household name, and I don't need a million competitors, which I have that now. But I don't want everybody doing everything the way I do it. I will be teaching you how to do certain things. You will see me doing certain things. I will make many, many suggestions. But guys, I'm just not one. And I'm going to be honest. I'm a brand and business launch coach. And so it's really, really difficult for me to say, this is what you should do for this type of business. I want people to find their own way, so I can give you hints and tricks and things like that. And you may want to consider this if you're going this route, or you may want to consider that if you're going that route. But I do not believe in saying, okay, I make soap, so this is how you need to make soap. I package my things this way, or I ship to this country, or so this is how you need to ship to that country. Listen, I'm a strong believer in people doing things the way that they need to do things for their business and for their systems. I'm all about systems. The one thing I realized what I realize now with a lot of YouTube channels is that everybody's watching these channels and watching these videos, and then they start trying to mimic what they're doing, so what other people are doing. And so they will go to the store, they will buy all these different supplies that have nothing to do with their business. It has nothing to do with the way they do their business, has nothing to do with nothing. And so now you have a lot of money invested in this business on things that you don't even need, the things that you won't even use, because you're running your business a certain way. So I'm just a strong believer in not telling people how to do things. I can tell you where I get things from, but it may not serve you in your business and your budget and the way you understand what I'm saying. So those are things that I did in my life, in my business, and it burned me in the worst way. Like, I did that for years. Looked at the way so-and-so stuff looked, and I'm like, oh, I want to do my stuff that way. But it didn't work for me. It didn't work for my brand. It didn't work for anything that I was doing and what I was trying to achieve with my own business. So I'm not going to turn this channel into anything like that. Just to give you a heads up. But if you're interested in learning from me on certain topics and certain things, I am all for it. I can talk to you about the majority of this stuff, but I am just not going to tell you how to do this and how to do that. And like, I can't, or how I do this and how I'm not going to, this is just not going to be one of those channels, guys. But I can tell you why I do things or how I do things and why I do it for me. And then I would encourage you to apply it to your situation. How can you take that and tweak it to fit whatever it is that you're doing? That's important. That is how you run your business. Don't run your business as a copy, guys. Trust me, you will be mad at yourself. And then a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people stop altogether because they're not resonating with their own business. I did that for years. So trust me on that. All right, this video has gone to 20 minutes, over 20 minutes, almost 21 minutes. I don't want it to go so long, but I just wanted to come on and give you guys an update on everything, on Kissed by Coco now being HoneyMilk. Be sure to check me out on Facebook. It's HoneyMilk Co. on Facebook, facebook.com/HoneyMilk Co. Co. On Instagram, it's HoneyMilk Company. On Instagram, make sure it's all one word, HoneyMilk Company, no asterisks, no underscore, none of that. HoneyMilk Company. On Instagram, on Twitter, it's HoneyMilk Co. On LinkedIn, it's Michelle Hill with HoneyMilk Co. or just HoneyMilk. I think those are all the places that I am on. Oh, and Pinterest, I am HoneyMilk Co. And I'm updating my Pinterest. It's super old. But guys, follow me. Come on, let's take this ride together. There are tons of awesome videos that I'll be uploading to YouTube and different opportunities and programs, especially if you're in the Atlanta area or the Douglasville area where we are. I'm just excited. And so this is my first video back in, well, not my first video because I did a cutting video, but it was live a while back, which was kind of horrible. But we will be coming back, and I'm super excited. And I thank you guys for your patience and understanding, because I know a lot of people follow me on Instagram and a lot of people follow me on Facebook. And I'm just now getting on my business page on Facebook and giving, you know, a lot of cutting videos and making videos and things like that, which is kind of hard to do all these different platforms. So I think what I'm going to start doing is just recording the video and uploading the same video to the different platforms. Because live is just so much easier for me, guys. Oh, but it's not always, you know, the best. But anywho, I will talk to you guys later. Make sure you go to honeymilkco.com, and we have tons of new stuff since you guys seen me last with Kissed by Coco. honeymilkco.com. There are tons we have skincare now. We have more lotions, more body washes that are amazing. We're going to be doing more bath bombs in larger sizes. I'm super excited about that. What else? We have toners, we have clay masks, face wash, which are amazing. The clay mask and the face washes and the toners are amazing for acne. We have products for eczema now, guys. It's a lot of stuff. We have tons of different soaps, body soaps, facial soaps, oh God, it's just so much. Of course, our body butters are still amazing. It's just a lot. So go to honeymilkco.com, and I will check you guys out later. Thank you so much for watching and sitting through this whole video. If you did sit through this whole video, make sure you leave me a like and comment. Let me know that you missed me, and I tell you that I miss you back. And thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Help your girl grow her channel. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.